Hey guys, welcome back to Camille's Corner. Okay, so y'all know I had to come give my 2 cents on this topic because it's trending, and I mean it's trending. On my trending things on Twitter, 8 out of 10 things on the list had to do with this situation. So let's talk about it. So y'all know the whole Jordyn Woods allegedly cheating with Tristan Thompson scandal that's been going on these past few days, so I don't need to rehash all of that. And you'll also know that Tristan Thompson is the father of Khloe Kardashian's baby. And Jordyn Woods is the best friend of Khloe's sister, Kylie Jenner. So all kinds of girl code was broken if, and I repeat, if Jordyn and Tristan did in fact hook up. Which, before today, everybody believed that they did. And Jordyn has been getting dragged and called a homewrecker and all sorts of things. But today she went on Jada Pinkett Smith's Facebook show, Red Table Talk, to tell her truth. And y'all, since that interview aired, it's just been a whole shit show going on. Before I get into all of that, let me just say none of this is unusual. In my own family, I've got a cousin who slept with my sister's ex. We don't associate with her anymore. But yeah, shit like this happens in dysfunctional families, and the Kardashian family is just one big old bag of dysfunction. So this is not surprising to me in the least. Anyway, so Jordyn told her side of the story on Red Table Talk today, and she basically denied most of what has been reported. She said she went to an after party at Tristan's house and that things were misconstrued. So she said she was never sitting in Tristan's lap. She was sitting on the arm of his chair and her legs were across the bottom of his legs. She denied sleeping with Tristan. She denied the reports that they've been seeing each other for a month. She denied being alone with him. She said there were people around the entire time that she was there until she left at 7 a.m. the following morning. She denied all of it. But she did admit that Tristan kissed her on the lips before she left, and she kept that from Khloe to protect Khloe's feelings. So Jada also asked her if she felt responsible for breaking up Khloe's relationship with Tristan, and she said no, she was not the reason. So since the interview came out, a lot of things have happened. Firstly, Khloe responded almost immediately, and she called Jordyn a liar. Khloe tweeted this shortly after the interview aired. So Khloe tweeted, "Why are you lying at Jordyn Woods? If you're going to try and save yourself by going public, instead of calling me privately to apologize first, at least be honest about your story. By the way, you are the reason my family broke up." So I don't know if Khloe felt like people would take her side and feel sorry for her after she tweeted this, but that didn't happen. This tweet just blew up in her face. Y'all, Khloe got a lot of backlash after this tweet because people felt like, really, bitch? You're blaming Jordyn for breaking up your family when your man has been caught cheating multiple times? Like, how are you gonna blame the woman when your man clearly has a problem being faithful? That's a lot of misplaced anger you got there, Khloe. Plus, you legit did the same thing to Tristan's ex-girlfriend, who he left to be with you when she was pregnant, who, by the way, her name was also Jordyn. So, clearly karma came back to bite Khloe in the ass, and karma apparently has a wild sense of humor. So check out what some people were saying about Khloe blaming Jordyn for breaking up her family. So after people started calling out Khloe for blaming Jordyn instead of her man, she posted another tweet saying Tristan is equally to blame, but Tristan is the father of my child. Regardless of what he does to me, I won't do that to my daughter. He has been addressing this situation privately. If Tristan were to lie publicly about what conspired, then yes, I would address him publicly as well. My thing with this is Khloe has no problem calling Jordyn out publicly, but she's protecting Tristan because Tristan is the father of her child. Okay, but he had no problem cheating on her publicly multiple times despite her being the mother of his child. So I think Khloe's giving him way too much respect at this point. And I listened to Jordyn's whole interview, and nearly all of it sounded believable, except the part where she said Tristan kissed her when she was leaving. That's when I was like, okay, this story ain't making no kind of sense. So she said he kissed her on the lips out of the blue with no encouragement from her whatsoever. And I'm not saying men don't do stuff like that because we all know there are some sick men out here. But it doesn't seem likely that Tristan would just kiss her out of the blue knowing how close she is to the mother of his child. That's a stupid risk to take. It seems if he was comfortable doing that, then he was comfortable enough to know that he could get away with it with no repercussions. So that suggests that he probably did it before, or he felt encouraged to do it. And the mere fact that she hid that from Khloe seems suspicious. If she knew that she didn't encourage it in any way, I mean, my first instinct would be to go tell Khloe right away. So her actions there seem suspicious to me, if what she said was true. And as if this story couldn't get any more bizarre, y'all, Jeffree Star has come forward claiming to have knowledge that Jordyn and Tristan have been hooking up for months. Listen, I don't follow Jeffree Star or the beauty community. I'm not that into makeup. But when I saw this, I was like, can this scandal get any more ridiculous? Y'all, check out what Jeffree Star had to say.
Now, when you live in this city, you know more than the average person. You know makeup artists, hair people, nail techs, massage people, assistants. Everyone runs their motherfucking mouth. You think people care about NDAs in this town? Baby, it's rare. It's fucking rare. So I'm just gonna keep it gangster. Y'all can take this with a grain of salt. Tristan, he's a cheating, lying piece of shit. We already know that, right? We already know that. For some reason, Khloe don't want to really acknowledge that. You can't blame everything on Jordyn this thing. But I do want to say something. Listen, Jordyn really just said that on the way out of Tristan's house, he kissed her on the mouth. That is a motherfucking lie. Y'all have been hooking up for a month or two. The whole city of Calabasas knows it. There's eyes everywhere. There's normal people that aren't famous, that are your neighbors, bitch. And everyone sees everything. Y'all have been hooking up for a while. It finally came out. You're fucking shook that the truth's out and you're trying to save your ass, girl. I'm so bored of.
Y'all, I'm inclined to believe what Jeffree is saying. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he told that story with so much flair. I'm like, yeah, he has to be telling the truth. No, but seriously, I think Tristan has told Khloe his side of the story in private, and obviously it doesn't mesh with what Jordyn is saying publicly. I'm sure Tristan probably threw Jordyn under the bus and told Khloe that Jordyn was the one who was all over him and coming on to him, and Khloe's desperate to believe it. But I think there's also a possibility that Tristan confessed to Khloe and Jordyn just doesn't know that. So Khloe's thinking, okay, I already know the truth, bitch. Why are you out here lying? But something about this story still doesn't add up. I don't believe Jordyn's full story, and I feel like she was throwing shade at Khloe in her interview. Like, there was a part in the interview where Jada asked her if she slept with Tristan, and she said, I don't need your situation. It's like she was saying, girl, your man is a cheating mess. Ain't nobody want him. And then there was another part where she was talking about going to Khloe's ex-boyfriend's house, and I'm thinking, but they weren't exes at the time. Or is Jordyn hinting that Khloe and Tristan were already broken up? I think that's what she was trying to say, because when she kept repeating that she knows that she wasn't the reason that they broke up, it sounds like she has knowledge that they had already broken up long before this situation, like people have been speculating. Y'all, this situation is just a mess, and somewhere through all of this, Jussie Smollett is like, praise Jesus, the public is focusing on something else and not on me right now. But don't worry, Jussie, we'll get back to you shortly. So a lot of people have been reacting to this whole Jordyn Woods thing all afternoon, and one of those people is Masika Kalisha. So Masika basically said that the Kardashians ain't in no position to talk considering their history with men. So she said, Jordyn, I don't think red table talk was necessary. Yes, you were wrong for attending the party in the first place, but let's call a spade a spade. If you consider the affiliations and timeline between Kim, Blac Chyna, Tyga, Kylie, Rob, Justine Skye, Travis Scott, etc., no one has a right to crucify you. And then she followed that up with this, saying, I had to delete my last tweet. Khloe, honey, I've attended one of Tristan's house parties. Sis, Jordyn ain't the reason. Let me go on back to minding the business that pays me. So we have yet another person who is basically confirming that Tristan has been cheating on Khloe. Yet Khloe's still shielding him, and it's like she's setting the stage to take him back. So people have been tweeting her saying, "Sis, it's time to let Tristan go."
Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door.
So now, because the internet has no chill, y'all, Twitter has started a hashtag saying "Free Tristan Thompson" because it seems like Khloe just doesn't want to let go despite all the public humiliation that he's been putting her through. And I get that she wants to make her family work for the sake of her daughter, but there comes a point where you just have to choose yourself. I do want to say that I'm glad that Jordyn has the Smiths on her side because all of the hate she's been getting, that could drive anyone over the edge. And the Kardashians are a very influential family. They've already cut her off from several business ventures that she's had with them, and I'm sure they can affect her career and have her blackballed if they wanted to. So I'm glad there's another influential family on her side in all of this, even if I don't believe all of what she's saying. Also, I have to admit that I was wrong in my last video on this drama when I said that Jordyn had nothing else going for her apart from her association with the Kardashians. But after watching the Red Table Talk interview and seeing Jada's breakdown of how Jordyn and Kylie met, I learned that Jordyn comes from money too. Maybe not as much money as the Kardashians, but she can hold her own. So when I said she was only famous because of the Kardashians, that's because I personally never heard of her before the Kardashians. And I'm sure that's true for a lot of people. So the Kardashians did make her famous to the degree that she is now, but the girl has done well for herself outside of that, so I'll give her credit for that. And I think at this point, Khloe just needs to move on. She seems to always go for the same type of guys, like athletes or rappers, but Khloe needs to try dating a regular Joe from down the block for a change. Just date a person who doesn't have access to all these women throwing themselves at him or who isn't in the limelight. I mean, I get why celebrities mainly date other celebrities because they don't want to feel like a person is only with them for fame. And that's a dilemma in itself, but clearly the athletes and the rappers ain't working out. So try dating an accountant or a real estate agent or a construction worker or something. Like I said, I find it's really hard to sympathize with Khloe given that she has done the same things to other women, so I'm not shedding any tears for her. And she needs to place the blame on her man and not on the woman that he cheats with. Lastly, y'all, I still think there's a possibility that all of this is manufactured for publicity since the Keeping Up with the Kardashians new season is coming out soon, and they always have some kind of controversy ahead of a new season to drum up interest in the show. So I wouldn't be shocked if they're all in on this and they planned this whole thing. But let me know what y'all think about all of this drama in the comments. Bye guys, and thanks for watching.